I'm just kidding. No, everything's good. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Mr. Senor here, ready for a fist fight, ready for some gaming, and we're gonna have ourselves a very, very good time. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Alright. Well, that's gonna be happening a couple times. Yeah, there we go. Puppies. Oh, my lord. Okay. Well, I should probably take care of that. So, yeah, because that's going to be happening a lot. And that's going to be very annoying. Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Alright, my name is Mr. Senor. I am here going to play some awesome games. I'm going to be playing Plague Incorporated. It's a very awesome game. I'll go ahead and give myself some time to talk about a little bit of that. But first, we're going to go ahead and talk about the beer of the day. So, here we go. We're going to be drinking some Raw and Sons. Awesome beer, very tasty. I'm going to go ahead and bust that out in a little bit. We're going to be playing Plague Incorporated. We're going to be playing some Granny, alright, which is an awesome mobile game. Both games that we're going to be playing are mobile. I know that you guys are so used to me playing some tabletop action awesomeness, but today we're just going to go ahead and focus on some mobile games that are pretty much, transitioning from a tabletop game, and then as you can see at the bottom of the screen there, these are also games that can be played tabletop and the mobile game. Hopefully I'll be trying to find some more of those type of things as we progress. There's a lot of games that kind of like do that nice little transition between the two. Alright, so I'm trying to get ready for today's stream. I accidentally left it, but guys, during this entire stream, please make sure to go ahead and leave some comments. Let's talk in the chat. Let's talk it up so we can have ourselves a good time. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a walkthrough of Plague Incorporated. Then I'm going to play a little bit of Granny so that you guys can go ahead and check that out. But please go ahead and check out. I'll be right back. It'll just be a little bit. Alright, sorry about that. So, we're going to be drinking pretty much some Raw and Sons American, I believe it's Texas Red, which is an awesome beer. It's going to be my coasting beer for today's stream. However, earlier this week, the Classic One went ahead and said, hey, we're going to have a beer of the summer. He brought up a beer of the summer, and he brought in Shiner salt and lime, or sea salt and lime. And fine, that is a good beer. But I'm going to go ahead and make my suggestion for the beer of the summer, And maybe at the end of the week or maybe next week we can go ahead and do a voting on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But for my beer of the summer, I'm gonna go ahead and put in Roar & Sons Adios Pantalones. Goodbye pants. This is just, I've actually had this before. Delicious beer, but I want you guys to go ahead and check this out. Oh yeah. Okay. Right there. I have to be honest with this, so not much of a head, as our buddy Classic One would say. Look at that. Okay. So just to kind of give you an idea of this, this is a lemon lime beer. So salud. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. So first off, I have to say the taste of this beer is so smooth. It's refreshing. It's just so good. I can feel the pants coming off already. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this now. I'm gonna go ahead and walk through the game a little bit, but just know that there is a tutorial version of the game that you can play. Alright, let's go ahead and start a new game. Now the way that the game works is that you take the role of the virus in this game, and you're basically trying to destroy all of humanity and completely kind of take over. So it's actually kind of interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and take the role of, I'm going to go ahead and be a bacteria. Start normal. I'm going to go ahead and call our virus the Beer Dead Gamers virus. Here we go. Alright. I think I'm going to go ahead and, just so that you guys can get I'm going to stop the music here. There we go. Okay. Now, there's some genetic modifications. I'm going to go ahead and leave these on, but basically they just kind of have some pre-set up situations for the, like, take for instance this first one. These genes give you more DNA in different ways. Select one and insert it into your genetic code. So basically it, you know, oh yeah, you just get some more DNA points so that you could go ahead and, you know, get your evolution of your bacteria throughout the game. But let's just go ahead and just start with basic here. Right, it's gonna load up. So here we go. Welcome to Plague Incorporated. Now the game normally takes somewhere along the lines of, like, you know, maybe half an hour, a little less, a little more. You know, it just matters what type of game you're gonna be playing. We're gonna be doing the long game. So here we go. So you start the game and you have this map here, and you can go ahead and set your virus anywhere here in the map. Now, not that geography or no knowledge of geography would benefit too much, but you want to have places that have a dense population. Normally for bacteria you want it to be a warmer climate, although as you can see we'll go ahead and change a little bit of the progression of the virus. This game, by the way, is a board game available on Amazon. They are not funding us whatsoever. They're not a sponsor, but you know what, you gotta bring up those games. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and choose India. India's a good start. Nice dense population, and it also has a shipyard and an airport. So virus starts. Alright, so what I like to do, just so that the game kind of speeds up a little bit, I like to speed up the game literally. Alright, so the game is started up. We have 3 DNA points there. You can see at the bottom left. Went up. Now when those little pop-ups, you want to make sure you click it, so you have to be kind of paying attention to the game itself. Alright. Now slowly you can see there's red dots kind of popping up there within India, you want to make sure that you are aware of the progression. Now, those pop-ups will be going out throughout the map, and that kind of tells you how your virus, or in this case bacteria, is spreading out. I have 19. Usually when you want to play the long game, you want to wait till you get to about maybe 66 DNA points. Okay, so here we go. Still going, still going. I'm at 29:30. Oh, see, sometimes those pop-ups. Now, the news is popping up. You want to be aware of the news because that is going to kind of tell you what's going on in the world, and it basically kind of like makes it to where what's distracting, you know, what's going on. And you're going to notice that since I'm going to be playing the long game, the world is not going to be aware of the existence of the bacteria early on in the game. See, the news is going, the beer dead virus, or big beer dead bacteria, is unbeknownst to them. There we go. Just realized I didn't have the music on. So, my bad, my bad. Oh, there we go. The virus, the bacteria is spreading a little bit. Now, those people that died, that is in the earthquake, that was not caused by the bacteria currently. Okay, so this is the big change. So right now it mutated. So it basically evolved. So when that happens, you want to make sure that you control the symptoms, because you don't want to have early deaths and then have people aware of it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over here. I'm going to change symptoms, and I'm going to de-evolve the bacteria. We want to stay under the radar. Alright, there we go. So, alright, de-evolve. We're gonna keep going, playing the long game. So currently, my bacteria is going throughout India, but it is not causing death or any symptoms. So the bacteria is being planted, but with no actual deaths. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why does it matter? Well, see, if you notice here, Beer Dead Gamers has not been noticed yet. So it is spreading, but without the knowledge of the host. Okay? Once deaths start to happen, and you'll see it later on when I actually, you know, start doing the symptoms, you're going to see that they're gonna do like, oh, we're gonna try to find the cure. Sometimes, like, if you're staying too under the radar but there are still a few deaths, they'll do like a Beer Dead Gamers awareness, and you know, then all of a sudden it'll kind of spread that way. So remember, trying to hit 66. Actually, I think it's in the 70s. Alright, so the bacteria is still spreading. It's still spreading. It's still going around. See, these earthquakes, natural disasters, it takes the notice of the bacteria away. Hey, what is up? Jack of all Gabes, just playing a board game slash mobile game called Plague Incorporated. I hope you'll enjoy the game. Alright, here we go. So the first thing that we're going to do to have a nice solid game is that we want to make sure that the transmission of the virus is as smooth as possible. So how are we going to do that? Well, first off, you're going to want the bacteria to be able to spread through the air. So we're going to go ahead and use evolution there, evolution there. We also want to make sure that it is spread through the water system. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. So here we go. So we have 20 DNA points here that we're gonna go ahead and put in. Yes, the whole point of this game is to basically eradicate all of human existence. So here we go. So just there we go. There we go. And now it is a perfect transmittable disease. So there it goes. Central America. Northern Africa. United States, it's spread there. So right now, as you can see, or not see, sorry. There we go. It is quite infective. It is not very severe because its lethality is low. And that's what we want. We don't want them to be aware that it is spreading. Now, all of those pop-ups means that it is spreading, and I am getting DNA points every single time. Yeah, it is. See, I told you, once you get that air and water transmission, it spreads like a wildfire. Now, notice that it's staying, for the most part, in warmer climates. Currently, the bacteria cannot spread in the colder climates, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and build in a strength. Here we go. Alright. So we are going to build up a cold resistance. Alright. So 34. Just 10 more DNA points. So here we go. You're going to notice that it's going to start spreading into the north. There we go. Iceland. That one's a difficult one. Or Greenland, I should say. Alright. Do those world events affect something? Yes, they do. The world events do several different things. First off, if you get a world event like, let's say, man, sorry, my brain is, I'm getting a brain fart. A World Cup, there we go. The Olympics. By doing that, you are having all of these different countries coming into one area. If your bacteria is in that area without them knowing, and then the event happens, then your bacteria spreads even faster. Now, if you play the short game, if your bacteria is known, and it is known that it is in the area, then they might cancel the event. Okay, the world events in terms of earthquakes and stuff like that have a different effect. I believe it is distracting, if I recall. I might be incorrect in that, but I believe it's distracting. So if there is a little bit of death count, if the earthquake happened, then it will move attention to the earthquake and the deaths in the earthquake than in the other. Alright, let's go ahead and finish that one. There we go. Alright, now it's just the waiting game. So here, what you want to have before you drop the hammer and you start going lethal is that you're trying to wait for the entire area to be red. Okay, so Russia just fell, or more so the bacteria infection has already spread into Russia. So right now, 87% of the world has been infected with the bearded gamer's bacteria, but there is still 12%. We want to shoot for 100 before we start going for lethality. Alright. It has been 2 years since the first occurrence of the beer dead. Okay, so here we go. We are not at the end yet. So we are going to de-evolve that one. I didn't even realize that had happened. Okay, can they be predetermined? Like, if you know the Olympics are coming, can you try and get the infection rate higher in that area? Of course, yeah. Usually, that's why, like, Brazil is sometimes a good spot to start. Maybe not all the time, but in this case, Brazil for bacteria, I believe, is good. I just didn't start there because I'm just used to the movement of starting in... There we go. In India. But yes, they are predetermined. So as you can see, there's still tiny areas that have not been... Now you can click on the areas and it'll tell you how many people have been infected in the area. And click on world and it'll tell you the percentage. Okay, Canada is already starting to hit that level, and basically there's a point where, so it's exponentially growing. So those first few changes, or more so people being infected, it takes a while, but once it hits a certain threshold, then it goes, you know, exponentially faster. I think I may have missed your beer selection if you did one. Yes, I did. I'll go ahead and bring it up again. Today, the beer selection is going to be Raw & Sons, and the beer that I am offering as the beer of the summer is going to be Raw & Sons Adios Pantalones. Yes. Awesome name, and delicious too. Okay, United States is almost there. Okay, we're at 99%. Almost there. Alright, there are no healthy people left in the world. And here we go. So we don't need to worry about transmission. So we're going to de-evolve these. Alright, now we're going to go into symptoms. Now, oh, heck yeah. Goodbye pants. I know. Alright, so we want, that's, the sneezing isn't important. So coughing is good, but again, not very important. Sneezing is the same thing. We don't care about the infection rate. What we want is immune suppression and total organ failure. We want quick deaths. So we're going to go ahead and put points there. We're at 11. Alright, so you're going to see the death count jumping here. Now, this is where, here we go, we're going to be getting tons of alerts. So as you can see, the death count is growing. They're going to try to recuperate this in terms of like shutting down airports, but it doesn't matter. Everybody has it. The entire world has been infected with bacteria, so this part doesn't really matter. We don't care if they close airports. We don't care about any of that. So here we go. They started working on a cure. So on the bottom right side, you see the cure production. You want to keep an eye on that. You don't want it at 100% because all of a sudden you're going to see curing start to exponentially grow too. And if you want the entire human race to be killed, you want it to be, see right there, you want to click those to stop progression. Okay, so we are going to make it difficult. So let's go ahead and genetic hardening, genetic reshuffle. Now, what do these do? It makes it basically harder to develop a cure against your bacteria. So as you can see, the percentage went down. We're probably going to do another genetic reshuffling again, just to make sure that cure percentage stays low. We're almost there. Alright, let's do it again. Genetic reshuffling. Oh my gosh. I'd made it to where I removed that, but it looks like it's not happening, so here we go. We're already a little less than 1 million. I'm sorry, it was less than 1 billion. I got my numbers all mixed up. Yes, this is marginally a quick game. Actually, we're just about to beat this right now. Let's see if we can. Oh man. I don't think I'll be able to get the 25. Death count is still dropping. So right now you're noticing that the percentage hasn't been growing exponentially like usual, and that's mostly because of the insomnia that I placed. It basically makes it to where they're less productive, so they're less productive of being able to establish a cure. Not only that, but we're already at about 2 million left in the population in the world. We're less than that. So it looks like we're already reaching the end. Alright, here we go, and the bearded gamers have officially eradicated all life in the planet, or specifically human life. So, and there we go. So this is Plague Incorporated. It is a very, very fun game. Now the cool thing about this is that you can play different modes, different types of games. As you can see, you can have bacteria, viruses, fungus, parasites, nanoviruses, bioweapons, different types of gameplay. If you get some special, you can even do like Planet of the Apes, basically vampires, zombies. Basically, it's like a zombie apocalypse. You can even set that up. Very, very cool. It's a lot of fun. When you get to do the different viruses, and every single one of them has a different way of playing it and getting to the end game. Is there a PvP mode? Well, no, because it seems you don't quite understand how this works. I'm just kidding. No, no. This is purely a single person. This is one of those games where you don't need to worry about other people. This is purely on your own. One fighting to eradicate, other fighting for a cure. No, however, I believe there are games that do that, like tabletop games. But the thing is when you're looking at the purpose of this game, you are just you can't give it like a kind of I don't know how to say it. I just think that it loses the point when you go into that, where it's like you're actively trying to find a cure. You know what I mean? Because then, like, how do you stop them from making specific kinds of choices? Like this one has like insomnia, where you can't literally give the other person an insomnia. You know what I mean? So it's like it just doesn't flow very well. As much as that would be a cool concept. So yeah, very, very fun, very cool. If you want to, just kind of pick up the game, I believe it's like 99 cents on the App Store. A very, very fun game to kind of play on your own. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Now we are going to be moving on to the next game right here, the crazy old lady right there. I'm going to be playing some Granny. Or maybe not. Wow. That is... Alright, well that's not gonna let me through. That is depressing. Alright, well then, I guess I'm not gonna be playing Granny. Oh my lord. And there's another game I was going to play, but it's currently in development. Okay, well, a lot of game companies cop out trying to force PvP aspects because they are worried about replayability. I agree. I agree on that. I think the reason why you normally see the replayability issue is when you feel like the game itself... Oh man, this is gonna sound bad, but it's true. Where you feel like the game itself has to be replayed. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Back in the day, and I think the classic Juan would really understand this, is that, it was okay to buy a game, play it to completion, and then just put it on the shelf. I don't understand, and I do, because the price tag of games has gone up. Now we feel that, well, since the price of games has gone up, then that means I need to get more bang for my buck. So that means now games have to last, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 12 years. I mean, it's going so insane that we feel like these games need to be need to fill up like a certain amount of time now. Like because it costs this much, I need to be able to play it for this amount of time. And yeah, exactly. Game cost is a big issue, but back in the day, a game used to cost me $30, $29.99. So, and then the game used to take me about maybe a month or two to play through. So $59.99. Then shouldn't it then just be 4 months? And not only that, but I mean, let's take inflation into for example, or the size of the team. I mean, yeah, we think that oh, these are big companies that are producing these games, but I mean, come on, let's just make the game the way that it was intended, not just kind of like tack on these ill-advised, not even purposefully developed PvP modes or other modes that really have no real place for it. Hey, what is up, the classic one? Thanks so much for stopping by. So right now we're just talking a little bit about games and these game companies and the price tags that are kind of being thrown on it. But then because the price tag is so high, the expectations that we have for it, and that type of stuff. So well, because of the situation I kind of ran into, I think I'm actually going to cut it here. Short video, but I hope you guys got to enjoy the game Plague Incorporated. It's a very, very fun game. Check it out. It's at the App Store. I will figure out what the heck happened with the other game that I was going to showcase today, but you know what? It happens. I will be setting up, by the way, I will be also setting up today's beer is the beer that I was going to suggest for the beer of the summer. I want to set up a voting on the Instagram or the Twitter or the Facebook for the official beer of the summer for the Beer Dead Gamers. You offered up sea salt and lime from Shiner. I'm going to offer up Raw & Sons Adios Pantalones. I just think that is perfect for us. But you know what? Some of you might want to go ahead and try it out when you... There we go. When you give yourself a chance to pick this up at your local store. It is an amazing beer. Raw & Sons, a Texas beer company, makes some of the best beers I've ever tasted. Delicious. And so good, so good. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, guys. Please be sure to check it out. I know that Jack of All Games is going to offer up his choice for the summer beer, and once he puts it up, then we're going to go ahead and put the poll up so that we can choose and you guys can decide what is going to be what is going to be the beer of the summer. There we go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I will probably do another stream sometime this week showcasing some more mobile games, some tabletop games. Probably we're going to do some tabletop games. I'll be posting those up later on during the week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out all of our videos here at the Beer Dead Gamers channel, and you guys have yourselves a good time. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye.